Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It's a new episode. It's another evening and it is cold in the shed, but hard to beat a bit of work when the temperatures are running low. So as you seen in the last video, we've started a weight reduction in the car. We've got a lot of weight out of it. We have ordered all our polywash for the rear end and all the bits that we need to rebuild the rear end. So while we are waiting on that, we are currently we have started already, and then it's just about to start the video. So we've started stripping down the engine. We're going to take the engine box out. So we have removed the whole front of the car, and I'm just taking out all the wires and disconnecting the loom, basically getting everything ready to take out. Just need to disconnect the power steering from there, and I think we need to get the car up on the lift and take off some fuel lines and prop shaft, things like that. And I think we'll just lift the whole engine and box out. We'll take the whole out and then split it on the floor. ABS, going to get rid of this ABS unit and just run all our brakes off the master cylinder and just do all new brake lines in the car. And that is what we have done so far. Keelan and Abby are painting brakes. Well, calipers. Abby is warming herself and Keelan is painting.
I already had it painted.
That's usually the way.
Yeah, so Keelan, you've gone with this blue.
Yeah.
Are you going, is that going to be the colour for this?
Might be. I don't know yet. I won't say that yet.
It is a nice blue though.
It is.
So they're all been painted. I suppose that's part of the rebuilding the back end video.
Yeah, and I'll have pads and discs coming tomorrow.
Right. And you need to order your bushings.
And I need to get me bushing.
So we were actually wondering on what year the car was because there was no documentation or anything with it. But then just when we were ripping the engine, we seen here BMW built September 96. I've actually never seen that before. I think it is a sticker or something, but yeah. And it is originally, if the camera focuses, yes, in Germany, and it's 323. So it is actually a genuine 2.5 shell. So
Should be fit for debut.
it should be fit for debut, yeah. Yeah, so we need to drop all the hubs and suspension and yeah, cut that out, and hopefully we'll be running that much lock and wheels and stuff like that we will need to cut that out to make room for all the lock that you're going to run. That's basically why people cut that out there. But I suppose if you weren't running a real wide wheel, you might not need to cut that out either.
Yeah.
So you could leave that for now until the day you come when you are running a big wheel or you have wise fab and crazy lock. But for now, you know,
We might
you might just leave it there.
think about it, yeah.
Just think about it, and then of course colour code for the engine bay, and we need to strip all of this out of it. Yeah.
Most of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we don't need in it, so we can remove that. And our viscous fan is broke, but I think that's coming off as well, and we are going to run a big electric fan there as well. So that is the progress so far.
Have
Next.
a hydraulic handbrake cut as well.
Keelan got a new handbrake. Did you paint it black, or was it black already?
Black already.
Black already. And you've put your 625 cylinder on it?
Yeah.
You have?
That was the original cylinder. I think so.
0.7. So I think keep that for spare, most definitely.
Yeah.
And then we may look at making that.
A longer handle, yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, you can even bolt it there. And
we can. We'll definitely make something up. But it's a start point to all the money that you have to spend.
I don't know how much of that.
Yeah, like it is, for people that probably don't realise,
It's costly enough.
it is costly enough. So It is. It's actually, it's very expensive.
Yeah. But sure, look at all the fun you're going to have.
Well, that's it. Yeah, look at all the fun that we're going to have, and cold nights and stuff. But yeah, it is expensive.
Yeah.
But next plan is engine crane,
Engine crane, yeah.
engine out. We actually have to put it up in the lift now and just take off a few last little bits before we do get the engine out. So we'll do that now. So Keelan's just letting the oil out of the car, and unfortunately the previous owners, what did they do?
Wrung the sump.
Yes, tighten the nut on the sump, too tight. So maybe if
Yeah, it is. You can see it on it there. It is.
the treads.
Treads.
So if somebody has a sump for an M52,
Yeah.
do comment below, please, because we're taking the engine out now and we could just do the sump.
Yeah. Or put a heli coil in, whatever.
Yeah, actually we might change the sump and just take a look at the oil pump as well. I don't know if the M52s do it, but some of the BMW engines, the nut backs off on the oil pump and that can cause
Oh, yeah.
mess. So I know some of the guys do an upgrade oil pump, either that or just take the nut off the oil pump, lace it with Loctite and put it back on it. So we just need to disconnect the fuel lines, take them off, any sensors on the gearbox, there's a sensor there.
With the gearbox oil as well.
Gearbox oil will do that as well. Yeah, we're going good. So last few little bits underneath the car, and then it is time to get the engine crane and get this engine out. So we have the engine crane now, and we are just doing the final touches here to get the engine lifted out. I think we have to take the gear linkage off, Keelan, do we?
Yeah, that's not off yet.
No, so we need to take that off, and our hook for lifting out the engine, the bolt is missing, so we're just going to put a bolt in there and make sure that's pretty firm. And we are going to get this engine and gearbox out today. And Keelan has been busy, haven't you, Keelan?
Busy enough, yeah.
So we started rubbing down the car as well. So we're going to get this engine out today, and we can start the prep on the engine bay. And taking out this ABS, as we've seen in Abby's car.
Yeah.
That's going. And I think Pavilius has mapped the ABS out for you.
And yeah, the ABS.
And the EWS.
Yeah.
And a hard cut limiter.
Yeah.
And your O2 sensors as well.
Yeah.
So big thanks to Pavilius. As we says, anybody needing ECU work done for BMWs, do contact Pavilius. He knows the crack, so it's going to leave our job a lot easier when we get this engine back in and we have no messing with EWS or any sensors or anything that we don't need. It has been deleted from the ECU, so it should be just plug and play and away we go. So yeah, let's work on getting this out. Okay, so we're just taking the gear linkage off there. I was just telling Keelan about the difference in the 6-cylinder and the 4-cylinder linkages. You wouldn't think to be a difference, but a lot of lads are actually looking for them, 6-cylinder ones. So we don't have any spare because we've all 4-cylinder spares. But as you can see up in there, there's a bolt in it. So usually that is a little, it's a little pin that's in it with a clip, just like this clip here. But that actually came out on me one day. The pin came out on the track one day. I went to pull third gear and nothing.
No,
So I ended up doing the same myself as putting a bolt in it, and it never looked back.
it'll be safer.
Right, so we just need to take that out, take off our gearbox mounts. I think we're ready to come out then, Keelan, aren't we?
Yeah, and then
Oh, the slave cylinder as well, Keelan. If you get 213 or 13 spanner or socket, take out the slave cylinder, and I will work on taking this out. So we've done our check and everything is ready to come down. We've left this section of the exhaust on because the bolts are dreadful. Do we want to try and maybe get them off?
Yeah, might 15 to get them off in the future.
Yeah, and even it might just catch us out now taking out the engine, but they do look rough. So we may just try and get them out, and then our engine is ready to lift out. 2 bolts in the engine mounts. Right, so let's try and get them exhaust bolts off. Please God we get them.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just have everything disconnected. The gearbox mounts are off. We got the exhaust pipes off as well with a bit of a struggle. There was a 13mm, there was a 16mm, there was a 17mm, there was a 12mm, there was all different ones in it. So when we're putting this back together, we are going to be putting in all the same size and lots of copper grease. But Keelan's just letting it back down there now, and it's only a matter of letting off the 216s on the engine mounts, and engine should come straight up. The engine is out. We've took the engine and gearbox out complete. Actually the lift only for it. I took engines out before without lifts, and only for it, so we have it out. The engine mounts are like completely seized in the legs, so we need to get them out of it. I think Keelan has ordered some new polybush for it. It's actually very funny when you're doing taking out engines and building cars, because somebody, when they done the clutch on it, they caught the heat proofing from the bulkhead, and fair play to them. They caught all the heat proofing in there. How they managed that, I really don't know. But they did. And yeah, I think the other little thing we've seen there, Keelan, we'll leave that for the end of the video for just a little bit of a... Yeah. We have something coming to the end of the video, so make sure and watch the end of the video till you see some serious craftsmanship. Wouldn't you call it that?
Yeah.
We'll call it craftsmanship. So the engine's out. I think we're going to take the gearbox off it now, and we're going to check the clutch and flywheel and see what sort of setup is in there. Yeah. Oh, we also know that somebody else was at it because the subframe.
Subframe, new bolt.
Where is the bolt that took out the subframe? There was a 19, there was an 18, 16 and a 13. That's the 4 bolts in the subframe. And they put short bolts into it, and I'd say they were holding on by a thread. Yeah. Some of them. So we need to get either some genuine BMW bolts or some proper length ones.
Yeah. Good strong ones.
Good strong ones. So that's the engine out. I think that's it. We'll strip the gearbox now, and we'll see what's in behind there. See what surprises is in there for us. Yeah. Right, let's get this down, get it comfy, and rip that gearbox off. So Keelan's just taking off the ring of bolts around the bell housing, and we will see what lies in here. They said there was a new clutch, didn't they? Yeah. We'll soon see. So the previous owner was right in saying there was a clutch put into a Keelan. There seems to be a new clutch in it. Again, broken bolt in the... Broken bolt. We're seeing a lot with this, aren't we?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to try and remove this. I'm kind of saying, all you BMW men that may be watching this, I'm kind of saying to Keelan, we scrap this flywheel and go to the E30 flywheel. So, the E30 flywheel is probably only half the size of this here. And then we're going to need an E21 release bearing. So we need an E21 release bearing. We need the E30 flywheel with the back of it shimmed in there. So we need to get a bit taken off the flywheel. So E30 flywheel, E21 release bearing, the gearbox, 3 to 5 clutch. I think an M20 3 to 5 clutch. And we need an E30 starter as well. And like I'd say, when we take this flywheel off and weigh it, it should be around 11 kgs, 11, 12 kgs. And then when you put on the E30 flywheel, it's half that. Like it's only about 7 kgs or something.
Spin easier. Exactly.
So I think we'll take off the clutch, the pressure plate and the clutch and the flywheel. We'll take it all off just so we can get a good go at getting that out. I have spare bolts for them, and so that's not too bad. But yeah, so if anybody knows, even if anybody that's watching this has an E30 flywheel, we will definitely take it. Once we get the E30 flywheel, we can make up the starter and the E21 release bearing. We can make them up. But the E30 flywheel, if anybody has one, do comment below and let us know. Desperate times, desperate measures. This bolt seems like it has been cross-threaded, doesn't it?
Yeah,
And tried vice grips on it. We tried all the WD-40 on it. We tried sort of grinding down 2 flat edges each side on it to see could we get a spanner on to move it. Wouldn't work. So we've another option now, just to absolutely blow it and see can we remove it. So that was painful, but we got the bolt out. It's not the prettiest, but we got it drilled out. It was very badly in there. So what we're going to do is when we're putting it back in the gearbox, we're just going to put a bolt right through here and a nut on the other side. It's about all the options we have. Maybe drill out and put in a helicoil. But I think we're just putting nothing but that. But that was very, very bad. The joys of building cars. So that's it. We have the engine out, and you've seen the troubles we ran into. Anyone feel our pain? Comment below. And yeah, the clips after this, you're going to see something. What would you even call that, Keelan?
Butcher.
Yeah.
We call it butcher.
So thanks very much for watching, and thanks everybody for support and comment and liking and sharing, and make sure to subscribe. A lot of people are viewing our videos but they're not subscribing, so can you please just subscribe down there, click the notification bell, and you'll get a notification then every time me and Keelan have hardship. And that's Keelan's bit done now. We may go back to Abby's car next week, so we might do 1 week with Keelan and 1 week with Abby, so might go back to Abby's car next. But for now, Keelan has the engine out and he can start working on his engine bay, and we will keep you up to date on that. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you all again very soon. Goodbye. So if you've watched the whole video to now, you may know that I had something very special for you to see, and this is how not to run your brake lines in a car. Look at that, huh? I'll run the brake line, so I'll just cut a massive square out of my tunnel, and I'll cut another couple of nicks in it, and then I will run the brake line through it. Great job. And to add to that, when you don't know which side to bring your brake line in, just make sure and cut a massive hole out of your tunnel on the other side as well. I think, Keelan, we're going to have a little bit of welding to do in here. That is country.